Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me go ahead and get some music going up in here. Let me get some music going on up in here, man. 1 second. Hey, man, but I hope everybody is doing good. I hope everybody is doing good. Get this going. Here we go. Yeah, I haven't did a live in a while, man. But listen, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another video of KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Hey, guys, listen, we got something pretty good, man. We got something pretty good. I know we probably got some people over there at Lapeef Network. They're over there doing the exact same video. They're doing the exact same video, man. So I hope they're doing anything out there. But for the most part, man, listen, guys, we got to go over Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, right? I'm not even going to keep calling her a doctor because she's not a doctor. People, she's not a doctor. She is not a doctor, and she gets exposed every single time, man. We got to jump right into this, man. We got to jump right into this. So if y'all have not heard, right? If y'all have not saw the actual live, we're gonna at least see part of it, right? We're gonna at least see the hypocritical part of her talking about the stuff that she's talking about, bruh. But for the most part, man, we got our boy Paul Pierce. We got our boy Paul Pierce who decided to get Miss Cheyenne Bryant onto her show. Got Dr. Cheyenne Bryant onto the show, just to pretty much kind of learn a little bit from her. Right. But he's also going to grill her. He is also going to grill the hell out of her. And this is good. This is good, bro, because not only did Corey Holcomb expose her, but he's going to expose her. Not only did Paul Pierce expose her, but your boy Nick Cannon exposed her, right? Hold on, guys. Let me see. Okay. All right, I gotta make sure, man, my music going. Okay, but cool. But yeah, and this is pretty much for the guys or for the people who want to wake up in the morning to come watch this. It's not going to be a long live. We're just going to go over a few things, but it's very baffling that we have sisters like this in our community. It's very baffling that we have sisters like this in our community. This is one of the same sisters, man, who decided to argue and damn near about to fight somebody on live TV. I'm not sure why they were arguing, but they damn near was about to go. They damn near was about to go to blows. They damn near was about to go to blows. I guess because the lady said something to Cheyenne Bryant, and being that she's the main one who coined a high functional person, she wasn't high functional in that situation. Now I wish I could show it on here, but it's hard for me to even find it on YouTube. But for the most part, man, these are the type of women that we have in our communities. And if y'all ever think about it, why is it we don't ever have these type of women in any other race of women? Why is it only our race of women we have these type of sisters? Why is it in our community we only have these type of women, man? They're always talking about their relationship gurus. They know how to control relationships. They know how to talk about relationships. They know how to tell you what to do in your relationships. She is a counselor, people. She is a counselor. She even talks about it in Paul Pierce show where she was, facilitating a couple, and I guess the guy was sitting over here just beating off to the moon because his lady wouldn't give him, none of that nookie. And, the dude was like, man, damn, Cheyenne, like, what in the world do we do? Right? What in the world do we do? And she's sitting over here saying, well, you know what? Your body's a temple. He wants to use you as a temple, this, that, and the third. You should love that. I love the fact that he uses me as a temple. But yet you allowing this dude, the dude that she's dealing with, and we're going to go over it, but the dude that she's dealing with, the dude over here piping her out, doing every damn thing. But yet she still didn't even marry this dude. And she's been with this dude for 5 years, off and on for 5 years. But yet you mean to tell me you can't even get right with this guy, but you can sit over and tell everybody else what they should be doing, how they should be running their relationship? It's very hypocritical. It's very hypocritical. So shout out to Corey Holcomb. Shout out to Corey Holcomb. I don't know if he already talked about this situation, but it's just funny, man, because he even said, right, how is it she can go on Cam Newton's podcast and say that, I don't want to deal, one of my deal breakers is a man who has kids by other women, but yet you're the same one who is willing to deal with 50 Cent. You are the main one to deal with 50 Cent. It goes against what you believe in, man. But yet you have many women who love to say this chick know what she's talking about. She does not know what she's talking about. She's just using our sisters as a cash grab. And the sad part about it is our sisters are following it. She is no different than not Tasha K, but she is no different than Cynthia G. She is no different than Cynthia G. Why do I say she's no different than Cynthia G? Because they're a bunch of hypocrites. Cynthia G then sat over here. She said, black man this, black man ain't this, black man ain't this, black men don't do this, black men don't do this, black men are pookies, black men are pookies and ray-rays. But yet she ended up getting knocked up by some guy named Perkins. And you can look at him and tell this is a pookie. He is literally who you describe every day, but yet you get knocked up by him. So then when we sit here and see this sister talk about relationship advice and all of this extra stuff, and people start to ask her, well, where is your man? Where's your man? She can never explain it. She can never explain it. And it's just baffling because we have many sisters in our community following behind this chick. All she's doing is leading them down the same road she's in. Now, let's go ahead and kind of look at Cam Newton, where Cam Newton was the first one to bring up, why don't you have a relationship? Why aren't you in a relationship with any man? And of course, she's going to kind of tiptoe around the whole situation and say, well, this is the reason why I'm really not dealing with this guy is because of this, I just wasn't there. And I believe she was engaged 2 to 4 times. We're going to hear it, but she was engaged numerous of times and she never walked down the aisle. But she's trying to give other women advice. It does not make any sense, people. But let's just go ahead and let's just check it out, man. Let's just check it out because it's sick. It's sick, man, because we have many sisters following behind this woman as if she knows what she is talking about, but she doesn't know what she's talking about, people. She does not know what she is talking about. So let me see if I can go ahead and try to pull this up for you guys, because like I said, man, it's just baffling. It is just baffling. This same chick wants to give black women advice, but yet she can't even figure it out her damn self. She's in a relationship with a man and she can't even figure it out. It's ridiculous. Like I said, guys, we're not even going to be on here for long. I just want to go ahead and just kind of break this down because I was going to do a regular video, but then I was like, you know what? Now I actually want to be involved in this. I actually want to do a full live review of this. Let's go ahead and put this bad boy big screen. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull this up for you guys. Here we go. Let's look at this, man. Let's look at this. And I got to go to sleep too because y'all already know, man, we got NCAA 26 dropped. And, and I got a YouTube channel dealing with NCAA, do a bunch of stories on there. So, I got to wake up. I got to wake up early to jump on that game. That's for sure. That is for sure. But let's go ahead and jump into this, man. Let's go ahead and see what this sis is talking about. But look at this, guys. Let's just look at this, right? Because, of course, Nick Cannon is going to grill her.
Respect, seriously, to all the women that you've encountered. Ladies, I'm saying this. The reason why it's worked for you is because you have chosen and to prey on low-functioning women who don't have the emotional intelligence. No, I'm going there.
Nick Cannon exposed Dr. Bryant when he asked this one question.
There's been 4 times that you almost went down the altar.
I almost went down.
Yeah. Why hasn't it worked? And whose fault is it?
For the first few, I was low-functioning.
Hold on, he said 4 times now.
There's been 4 times that you almost went down the altar.
People, 4 times. 4 times. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Shout out to Kevin Samuels because he said our sisters are the most engaged. The most engaged. and he is literally talking about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. And she just happened to hear Kevin Samuels and said, you know what? Let me go ahead and make a career out of this. Let me make a career out of this. And what did she do? She made a career out of this, and now people are exposing her. And this is what happens when you listen to scammers. Because that's all she is. She's just a scammer. She's just a scammer. But hey, let's continue listening.
Almost went down.
Yeah. Why hasn't it worked? And whose fault is it?
For the first few, I was low functioning and I was still in my healing journey. And so I law of attracted low functioning. I attract good men, but I wasn't.
Okay. So she said for the first few. So I would assume for the first two, she was just not there. She was not there. So then I'm assuming the last two, they just weren't there. But let's continue.
In the space of being ready to marry them, but I needed them to be good for me, Nick.
But what did she just say? First, she started off saying that she was low functioning, so she attracted low functioning. Then she said that these were good men, but she just wasn't ready because they were not the right man for her. So what is it? Were they low functioning men, or were they good men and she was a low functioning woman? And what evidence do we have that she's no longer low functioning?
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. But y'all heard what she said. She said the first two didn't work out because I was a low functional person. Then the last two, oh well, the first, let's just go ahead and let's just re-listen to it, man.
Listen, with all due respect, seriously, to all the women that you've encountered, ladies, I'm saying on low functioning women who don't have the emotional intelligence. No, I'm going there.
Nick Cannon exposed Dr. Bryant when he asked this one question.
There's been 4 times that you almost went down the altar.
I almost went down.
Yeah. Why hasn't it worked? And whose fault is it?
For the first few, I was low functioning and I was still.
She was low functioning, people. For the first two, she was low functioning. So you would just assume, and by the way, when you are talking about being engaged, that takes time. That takes time. So then when you mean to tell me you weren't functional for the first two, okay, then what happened to the last two? It just didn't work. But I would assume you would at least know what type of men that you're looking for. You know what type of men that you're looking for. And then on top of that, you know what to expect and you know how to act. But you mean to tell me the last two couldn't even work? But then fast forward, now we are here in a situation where she's dealing with the 5th guy and she's been off and on with this man for 5 years. And ain't nothing coming out of it. That's ridiculous, people. So that just means she's a hypocrite. That just means she just contradicts everything that she says because she's not even working. And I'm glad Paul Pierce called her out on this because Paul Pierce is like, man, what the hell? Like, you can already tell Paul Pierce is already on to the BS that she's on. He can already detect it. That's why he's even asking those questions. That's why he's even asking these questions. But let's continue, man. Let's just continue, man, because this is just it just gets funnier and funnier by the time by the time we get to the second part. It just gets funnier and funnier, man. This sister right here, man, is what a lot of our sisters want to be. They want to be able to give advice. They want to be able to tell you what a man is like or what a man should be. They want to be able to tell other sisters how they should be, but yet they don't even have their ish together. They don't even have their ish together. This chick been engaged damn near 4 times. Damn near 4 times. And as I told you before, when you're talking about engagement, it takes time to get to engagement, people. It takes time to get into engagement. So you mean to tell me that happened 4 times and then you're with another guy and then you're talking about for the 5th time, 5 years. 5 years and you still can't even get right? But yet you're giving people advice. And we have so many sisters who sit back and say, Cheyenne Bryant know what she's talking about. Prime example, when K. Michelle was sitting over here jumping on jumping on Cam Newton, you had some women that said, hey, Cam Newton, well, I tell that back. They sat here and they said that Cheyenne Bryant knew what she was talking about because Cam Newton was referencing Cheyenne Bryant, that conversation that they had. She doesn't know what she's talking about, people. She doesn't know what she's talking about. But of course, when you sit here and you pander to women, this is what you get. This is what you get. You get sisters that are just their mind is just out of this world. It doesn't make any sense. They say things that doesn't make any sense. They sit here and believe in people that hell, they don't even believe in them damn selves. So let's just go ahead. Let's just actually look at what we are here for. I mean, like I said, bro, it's just baffling, man. It is just freaking baffling, bro. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it. I got it saved and everything for you guys. Let's get into it.
What's your situation right now?
What you mean situation?
Like,
Happy?
You got a man?
I'm dating. I'm single, but I'm dating.
Single but dating?
I am
Something serious
dating.
more than other?
No, just dating.
We gotta change because she's.
Now, she's a doctor, by the way. She counsels other people's relationships, which we're going to get into on here, but she counsels other people's relationships. But yet you mean to tell me, as a doctor, as a woman, man, that other women look up to, you mean to tell me that, well, you know, I'm single, but I'm dating. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean, people? I'm single, but I'm dating. But you a doctor, though. But you trying to give people advice. Many sisters who are single mothers, probably, who don't even have their shit together, telling you, hey, well, Cheyenne Bryant knows what she's talking about. Cheyenne Bryant is a sister that all of us sisters need. These are the sisters that are representing our community. These are the sisters with her fat ass forehead. They're representing our community. These are the sisters. I'm going to say it again. I got to sound like Dr. Umar. I got to repeat myself. These are the sisters that are representing our community. And I just got to ask, why don't we see in other races of women who are literally going through the exact same thing she's going through? Why don't we see other races of women doing the exact same thing she's doing? Generally speaking, when we look at other relationship gurus that are in different races, they generally have something to show for it. Well, I've been with my man for this long. Well, I've been with my man for this long. I've been with my man for this long. But this one, you've been engaged damn near 4 times. And then for the 5th time, you mean to tell me out of 5 years, and by the way, we just went over the Nick Cannon video where he grilled her. That happened within like a year or two. And she gave that piss poor ass excuse, you know, I just wasn't ready. You know, well, you know, I need to be this, I need to be that. A hypocrite. She's a hypocrite. And these are the sisters that we got to deal with. These are the sisters that we have in our dating market. It baffles me. It baffles me. I'm dating, but I'm single. Or I'm single, but I'm dating. It gets worse, people.
Therapy in us.
Yeah.
We gotta make this about her now.
Right. You got it therapizing us.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want my woman to mommy me. Yeah.
Like, hold on, what's going on with you? This is about you. You done flipped the script on us. We over here.
Reverse Uno.
Man, you sure did.
But it was good. It was insightful.
No, we need to find out about what's going on with her. She dating, single.
Dating.
What do that entail for a 42-year-old?
I'm dating.
Dating but single.
Enjoying my life.
Like you said, what does that entail for a 42-year-old woman who eggs are probably fried the hell up? What does that entail for a 42-year-old woman? What does that entail for a 42-year-old doctor who is a relationship guru? What does that entail? And then when y'all go look at her Instagram, man, she's just all about fashion. Once again, people, understand. Y'all tell me what doctor does what she does. Y'all tell me what therapist does what she does. Tell me what therapist does what she does. Tell me what therapist dressed the way she dressed. She does not. Any other race of therapists that you have, they don't do what she's doing.
I have really good companions.
How many are you dating right now?
I'm not exclusively committed to anyone, but I have one guy that I have dated off and on for 5 years.
We got her.
We dated for 5 years off and on.
So you was his work for 5 years? You been his work? You still his work?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I know what's going on now. I'm about to, we gonna take this sheep clothing off.
Right, the wolf teeth going out. No, we have
was somebody's work for 5 years.
We have been each other's companion for 5 years. And yeah, I have spent the block for 5 years, and it's the truth. And he doesn't like it. He's absolutely correct. He feels like I haven't provided.
Oh, your work.
We working together. Okay. We working together.
Y'all obviously aren't working together. Y'all are not obviously working together if you're sitting over here saying that he is correct. People, she just sat here and said he was correct. The man she's dealing with, he is correct. Hold on, let's just go back. Let's just go back.
I know what's going on now. I'm about to. Yeah, no, we gonna take this sheep clothing off.
I am right. The wolf teeth coming out. No, we
She
have
was somebody's work for 5 years.
We have been each other's companion for 5 years, and yeah, I have spent the block for 5 years, and it's the truth. And he doesn't like it. He's absolutely correct. He feels
okay. Hold on. Let's continue.
Feels like I haven't provided.
I mean, as a doctor, you got your man telling you, man, hey, babe, I don't feel like you're doing what you're supposed to do. I feel like, man, I don't feel like you're the woman that I need you to be right now. And she's saying he's correct, but you're not even willing to fix it. You're not even willing to fix it, people. She's not even willing to fix it. She's not even willing to fix it. She's not even willing to fix the problem. But yet, this is a dating guru. This is a dating coach, a relationship coach. And it just baffles me that we have many sisters, man, who just follow behind this chick. We have many sisters who follow behind this chick. Ridiculous, man.
Your work.
We working together. Okay. We working together.
But you keeping them at bay. Or is he keeping you at bay?
He wants a relationship. He wants to be committed.
You just like the sex.
No. Oh.
Let's keep it 100. How you keep somebody for 5 years? That's like for real. You can't keep nobody at a distance for 5 years. I ain't never done no shit like that.
I am not vitamin D deficient. So everything is good in that department.
No. He
wants a relationship.
She done kept him on the side until she figured out if it's something better. I see where this is going.
He just has some.
Hey, listen, guys, listen. And that makes a lot of sense because she done sat here, and this wasn't too long ago. She done sat here and she was, I guess some guy in her comments was like, because she said something about dating or whatever, right? And some guy in the comments says, well, 50 Cent should be available. But she says, well, go ahead and tag him. You would deal with 50 Cent. You would deal with 50 Cent, people. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? Now, understand. She said that one of her pet peeves is dealing with a guy who has children. That's a cutoff for her. But yet, she won't even talk down on 50 Cent, who literally has a relationship with his son, a very, very bad relationship. A very, very bad relationship. He openly disrespects his own son. Now, once again, I'm Team 50 Cent all day, but openly disrespects his son. But yet you won't even say anything about him. But you got something to say about Neo. You got something to say about him and his polygamous relationships and all that extra shit. But you don't got nothing to say about 50 Cent and how he treats his son. And then on top of that, he has another son, I believe by Daphne Joy. And I know y'all been seeing that situation. But he has another son by her. So this dude got two children. One he dislikes a lot. And then another one he used to post a lot, but he don't even post anymore. And come on, people. But then you won't even sit over here and say anything about 50 Cent. You won't even sit over here and hold this man accountable. You just love this man so much. Here, I'm actually about to show it. Forget all that. I'm actually about to show it. We might as well just show it. Let's go ahead and look at it.
High value too, right?
Of course he has high value.
High
He's
function.
50.
Yeah, of course.
Of course he has value.
He's
that
I
dude.
respect. I really can admire
He's that dude.
Curtis
He's high
Jackson.
value. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I respect his business.
People, he's that dude. He's like that. He's this, he's that. But he openly disrespects his son. Now, y'all gotta have to do a little bit more research on his relationship between him and his son. But you know, for the most part, from what I've seen, when it came down to him and his son, his baby mother did a lot of games. His baby mother was a better baby mother. Let's just put it that way, right? And he didn't. And 50 Cent didn't have time for that stuff. And y'all already know how 50 Cent is. But yeah, you're gonna sit over here and keep saying he's that dude. But then on top of that, as I stated before, she just sat here and said, "Hey, well, listen." I know I said I'm looking for a guy, and another dude and sat in the comments says 50 Cent was wide open. Hey, tag him. Let him know that I'm looking for him, pretty much. But I thought, you don't deal with dudes with kids. Hypocrite. Hypocrite.
The acumen.
Me too.
I love the trolling. Yeah. But he got kids, though.
Hey, now how functional? Now she's saying a high functional man, a high functional person is somebody who know how to control the emotions, who know how to do this, who know how to do that. But I'm pretty sure she would be the same one if 50 Cent, if somebody else was doing if another man was doing what 50 Cent does on a regular, on beefing with everybody, she would say this dude is not high functional. This is, bro. But once again, these are the women that our sisters love to hear. Let's continue.
You gotta ask 50 that.
Then at the end, when you got her, because you reversed it.
He's definitely that.
High value too, right?
Of course he is high value.
High fun.
Once again, Corey Holcomb called it out. Corey Holcomb called it out, and that's why I said you got to shout out to that man, Corey Holcomb, bro, because he sees it all. The brother sees it all, man. The brother sees it all, bro. This is sick. This right here is freaking sick, man. But let's go ahead and continue to watch, man. Let's just continue to watch, man. Let's see her contradict herself.
Emotional maturity that he had to do. We're 9 years apart. He's 9 years younger than me. And so we both had to work through things, but he's had to work on his emotions and his intense insecurities around being in a relationship.
And you've been waiting on it. Like what's the problem?
Hold on. And I apologize for pausing, but one more question. Okay, you talking about emotional intelligence and all of this stuff. Why didn't you, like, my question is, why isn't 50 Cent still with China? I think there was this chick named, he was dealing with some chick a couple of years ago named Doll or something like that. She ended up calling out Vivica Fox, right? Which is kind of crazy, right? This is years and years and years and years and years and years and years ago. But he was dealing with some chick. Why isn't he still dealing with her? Why is he not still dealing with her? He can't keep a woman whatsoever. Now he can get a woman, and I'm pretty sure he can keep her if he really wanted to. But why? But I would think for any woman like her, she would say, this man is not emotionally intelligent. This man doesn't know how to do this. This man doesn't know how to do that. Being that this dude is always into some drama, always into some shit. Y'all seen the Diddy trial. Y'all seen how he responds to people like that. Why doesn't she say anything about that? Why doesn't she say, well, yeah, he still needs to work on his emotional intelligence? But yet, when it comes down to a guy, who's not on the status as 50 Cent, you say, well, the only reason I can't deal with him is because he's not emotionally intelligent. He's this, he's that. This is the reason why I ain't dealt with him for 5 years. Now, why I ain't married him in 5 years? Whew. Shout out to Paul Pierce.
Oh, why y'all not together?
Just because of that,
So you waiting on that?
This is a basic bathroom scale I've had for years. And honestly, it's been lying to me. I thought I was putting on muscle, but I was actually gaining visceral.
No, I'm not waiting on it. And I don't have him waiting.
So the D is good.
Ma'am, you talking about you don't have him waiting, but yet, bro, it's been 5 years. You're in your 40s. People listen to her. She says she has not been making this man waiting, but it's been 5 years. And then as she get deeper into it, she essentially says, yes, I've been making him wait for 5 years because he's just not emotionally intelligent. I ain't been making him wait for 5 years. I ain't been making him wait. But The reason I ain't marrying him is because he's just not emotionally intelligent. He's insecure. He's this. But then what y'all got to understand is if y'all go look at her Instagram, just go look at her Instagram. Sis is all about fashion. So the dude probably can't even keep up with what she's looking for, which is why she's willing to deal with 50 Cent.
Vitamin D deficient.
No,
So
no,
everything is good in that department.
No. He
wants a
kept him that base. She
relationship.
done kept him on the side until she figured out if it's something better. I see where this is going.
He just has some emotional maturity that he had to do. We're 9 years apart. He's 9 years younger than me. And so we both had to work through things, but he's had to work on his emotions.
You damn near about to go into middle school and this dude was born. This dude just got born while you were damn near going into middle school. Bro, these women, man, I tell you, bro. I tell you, man. I tell you, our sisters are something special.
And his intense insecurities around being in a relationship.
And you've been waiting on it. Like what's the problem? Why y'all not together?
Just because of that,
So you waiting on that?
No, I'm not waiting on it. And I don't have him waiting.
So the D is good.
Oh,
let's keep it. I mean, that's it's like, dude.
He put on his red pajamas and feel like he's supposed to get spicy tonight.
This is
clear. Man, look, answer the question, Hope. Answer the goddamn question.
Like, don't try to come with the suit jacket, the boots. You still and
because whatever her name is, I think her name is Azaria, whatever. She's wearing pretty much the exact same thing this dude is wearing, but you don't want to call her out on that. You're trying to get away from the question, man. Answer the damn question. Answer the goddamn question, bro. We're grilling this hoe right now. We got to grill her, bro, because I'm sick and tired of seeing these type of women up on here, man. I'm sick and tired of seeing these type of sisters in our community because all they want to do is sit here and try to claim to be checking these women. She really got her biggest start off of checking Nick Cannon, off of checking Cam Newton. But then it's like, man, you are no better.
The glow.
You know what I mean?
You still from
I need a stiff arm this
I'm from Inglewood. I can see that.
I am from San Pedro, a small community in the city of Los Angeles.
I can see through all of that.
Yes, he has great qualities. He does well in all that he does with me. He just emotionally
that ain't what I asked you. I asked you about it.
Hold on. Now, she just said, man, he does everything correctly. He does everything correctly. But yet, it's just emotional intelligence. It's just not there. Are we seeing, guys, are we seeing what we are seeing here? She's just trying to cope. I take that back. Wrong word. She's not trying to cope. She's definitely not trying to cope. She's just trying to find a way to get out of this situation. She's just making up stuff. His
job and all that.
He does well in all areas.
Okay, she answered that. He does well in all
emotionally.
I don't know. That's
and she already trying to play Captain Saber. Stop it.
You're a man.
Stop it,
So you answer this question.
Azar.
Emotionally, he goes back and forth from I love you, I want to be with you, I'm mad because you won't be with me, you won't commit to me. And then his insecurities get the best of him. And it's like, I want you, but I'm not sure if I deserve you. I'm not sure that I can facilitate you. I'm not sure that I can.
And the reason I'm glad she's saying that. I'm glad because I brought this up earlier. He feels, let's just be real. He feels that, number one, ma'am, look at the type of lifestyle you're trying to live. If y'all go on her Instagram, there was a freaking video where she was jumping off of a jet. She's over here. It's like she was making a whole motivational speech about how you should want to care about yourself, how you should want. And she's pretty much talking about herself. You know, you got to love yourself. You got to have your life of luxury, this, that, and the third. I'm just assuming that this man is not on that level, which is why she's willing to give 50 Cent some time, but she really ain't trying to give this dude some time. So think about it. As a man, her dude is looking at a video of her pretty much giving 50 Cent a shot. But then you look at this guy, nobody knows who this dude is. Let's just be real. Nobody knows who this dude is. I could just only assume he's not on the same level as 50 Cent. Let's just be real. He's not on the same level as goddamn 50 Cent. He's not on the same level as 50 Cent. But when you go on her page and there was a video, she walking out of a jet, she talking about living a life of luxury and everything. He probably cannot provide her. He cannot provide that for her, but 50 Cent can. 50 Cent can, which is why she is willing to give 50 Cent that opportunity. Whew. Boy, I tell you, man, this just makes up our sisterhood. This makes up our sisterhood because a lot of our sisters will say, you know, I'm not high maintenance, I'm not this, I'm not that. But then when you look at your average man, they will swipe. I think I ain't been on Tinder for years. What's left, right? If you swipe left, then I think you don't like the dude, right? You swipe left. So people, y'all know what I'm talking about here, man. Sis is a hypocrite.
Can be with you. So when I say emotionally instability, it's like him wanting to be with me is concrete. That's not unstable. His emotions in the relationship are just unstable. To where as a man, you gotta get vertical within yourself before you can be in a relationship.
You good with these words.
I am.
You good with these words.
Listen,
because
but let me say
all
this.
These people advice.
Let me say this, Paul. He has every right to feel like what I've been doing as far as being in a relationship with him when I want to and is not something that gives him stability. However, I don't want to commit to a relationship.
He feels that he can't live up to what you're expecting. That's all that is. He feels that he cannot live up to what you are expecting and the type of name that you created. Any sister look at Cheyenne Bryant, they're going, once again, you go look at her Instagram. She lives a lifestyle most of your sisters want to live. They want to be able to get off a jet. They want to be able to do this. They want to be able to freaking have this. I mean, y'all seen Cheyenne Bryant. She has chains, people. She has chains. That's why I asked her earlier, what doctor do you know that acts like this? What doctor in any other race, an Indian race, white race, Asian race, whatever race, acts like Dr. Cheyenne Bryant? You can't name me one. You cannot name me one. So now she's dealing with a regular guy, more than likely. That's what I said. I don't know who it is. She's probably dealing with a dude who probably has some money, but not enough money or not the status that 50 Cent has, which is why she's willing to give 50 Cent some time, which is why she's willing to just curve everything that 50 Cent has done. That is, let's just say, a person who doesn't have I don't freaking forgot what this damn girl then freaking kept saying, man, you know, who's high functional. You're talking about this dude's probably not as this dude's probably not as high functional, or quote unquote. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't even say 50 Cent is high functional according to her definition. But all for her, it's all about high status. It's not about high functional, it's about high status. Whew, boy, I tell you, man.
Relationship with a man who I feel emotionally is not in a place of being able to be in a healthy relationship.
So why are you messing with him? Why are you playing mental games with him?
I'm not playing mental games with him.
Games. You are,
it's
man.
not mental games. It's all transparency.
Why is it still sex involved?
How do you know we sexing? We could just be having.
She said, how we know we sexing, but then she just sat here earlier and said that, well, you know what? Hey, man, listen, I'm not vitamin D efficient or something like that. People understand this is literally our sisters are following behind this chick. Literally, you go to the shade room and our sisters will sit here and say, Cheyenne Bryant know what she's talking about. And this is why I say, man, our sisterhood is garbage. Our sisterhood is garbage. Our sisterhood ain't going to make it nowhere. Our sisterhood, man, is going to continue to be in the same situation. A bunch of single mothers, a bunch of single mothers thinking that they can get something that they really can't. You're going to have a bunch of single women who thinking that, hey, well, you know, I'm just like Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I can have all of the roles and riches. I can have every damn thing. I can have it all. Well, you really can't, because where's the man? Where's the man that you want? Where's the man that you want? Where is the man that you want?
Having a
Cause you from Long Beach, I know.
Oh my God.
You can't play me.
We could not be doing the
wood. I know what's going on.
And to be for real, you know, the reason Cheyenne Bryant is really keeping her cool because I'm be real with you, right? I'm gonna be real with you. I know Dr. Cheyenne Bryant really want to go off on this dude. I know she do. I know she do. But of course, number one, you're talking to Paul Pierce, so you already know this is gonna go viral. And I just can't wait till Corey Holt can get a hold of this shit. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Let me actually hold on. Let me see if he 5150. Let me see. Let me see if he actually talked about this. I hope he did. I hope he did. Yeah, I can't wait till he get on this. I don't see any videos about it, but I can't wait till he get on this. I cannot wait until he get on this. I don't even watch 5150 show like that, but I just know about Corey Holcomb. I know he does a lot of good work. I can't wait till he get on this. I cannot wait until he gets on this because this big forehead, bullet head ass bitch, it just really pisses me off, y'all. I'm just be honest with you. It really pisses me off because we have so many sisters who follow behind this woman, but then they sit here and gaslight men and say that y'all just hating. Y'all just don't like her because she's speaking facts. And men have to argue with this shit every day. Men got to prove this chick wrong every day.
But let me say this. It is transparent. He understands. I understand. I understand what he wants. He understands why I don't want to commit at this moment with him, which is the emotional piece that he and I talk about openly. I support him in it. I hold space for him in it.
Hold up.
He's, we've talked about it intensively. And
why are you playing mental games with him?
I'm not playing mental games with him. It's not mental games. It's all transparency.
Why is it still sex involved?
How do you know we sexing? We could just be having a
just say you aren't vitamin C.
You can't play me.
You cannot be doing the wood.
I know what's going on.
But let me say this. It is transparent. He understands. I understand. I understand what he wants. Pivot. He understands why I don't want to commit at this moment with him, which is the emotional piece that him and I talk about openly. I support him in it. I hold space for him in it. He's, we've talked about it intensively and he understands it. And he's,
Come here. Sit. All right, let him off the leash. Go ahead.
That's what I'm doing?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh,
come here.
Well, you know what? If that's what I'm doing, I'll say this and people are going to be mad and I'm okay. If I'm doing what Paul said,
come here.
I'd much rather be the one walking you at the dog park than the one on the leash, if that's true.
That's exactly.
So that means, to my point, at 40.
Listen, guys, she just said, if that's true. If that's true. That's almost like me sitting up here saying, well, guys, if it is true that I'm beating my girl down, then I mean, hey, listen, I'd rather be the one doing the beating than the one getting beat on. But only if that is true. Only if that is true. Only if that is true. That's literally what she is saying. That's literally what she is saying. And a hypocrite. She contradicts everything that she says. This is why nobody wants to call her a real doctor. I take that back. This is why only sisters want to call her a real doctor. But this is why men see her for what she is, a hypocrite. A woman who like to contradict everything she says. Whew. Boy, I tell you, man. You just have to send a prayer up for our sisters, man. You have to send a prayer up for our sisterhood because these are the sisters that we got to deal with. These are the women we got to deal with.
Too, I'm not opt out. We are not opt out. Okay, we have options, and we are not on the leash. We can actually be the one holding the leash. It's all about your standards. It's all about you understanding who you are and you standing in and on your square. And you doubling down on that.
And it just sounds like she wants to create a bunch of women who are dogs. What feminism really is, a bunch of women, man, who want to be able to have power and have control. She is a feminist, live and flesh. And these are the sisters we don't want. These are the sisters we don't want. You mean to tell me you've been down the aisle 4 times, and the first two times, people, the first 2 times, she said she was not mentally there to be able to, she wasn't a high functional value. She wasn't a high functional woman. I could just only assume that the fifth man that you're dealing with right now, you're not being high functional, but yet you want to tell everybody else to be high functional. Yet you have this chick named Sarah, whatever her name is. She called her out on that dude. What's that simp name? Ace Metaphor. They were on the show together, and Sarah was like, "Okay, look, Cheyenne, I get it. I get what you're saying, but the DSM or whatever, I think it was DSM or DSM-5, it does not say anything about high functional value person or a low functional value person. But because you want to go in there and you feel like, okay, hey, well, this kind of matches what I'm talking about. This matches what I talk about every single day. So I'm gonna put high functional person on it, a low functional person on it. I'm gonna just change that word, or I'm gonna just add a few words to it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make it my own. I want to clone it. This is why the lady said, man, what you're saying has nothing to do with the DSM. You're just adding stuff to it. It's no different than me sitting over here making a burger called the Super Duper Big Mac Burger. People are gonna be like, well, dude, if there was no such thing as a Big Mac, you wouldn't even freaking have that. There would be no such thing as a Super Duper Big Mac Burger. There would be no such thing as a Super Duper Big Mac Burger, because all you're doing is just copying. All you're doing is just copying, and then you're trying to make it your own. But hey, let's just continue.
Period. There's men out there who will show up in any capacity we want. We don't have to settle. And we don't have to settle at a certain time. We can do what we want.
Yeah,
because I tell you one thing I'm not doing. I ain't doing time, but I ain't spending a whole lot of time with who I want, when I want. And both of us are enjoying it, getting what we want.
Come on.
Y'all can't be just taking too long when y'all cook. Y'all gotta start making some decisions around here. Y'all gotta start making some final decisions. This is the final round of Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Shoot,
So who knows? Maybe
maybe
the end of this year it'll be
Let me ask you something, because this is always, and I ain't asked this yet. What percentage is sex in a relationship?
You mean based on studies or me?
No. I'm asking you, and I'm asking you.
Oh, okay.
Like, all right, what percentage of the relationship, like, because this is the thing, you could be with somebody like he'll die for you. He just everything. Like, you trust everything that he'll stand in front of the bullet for you.
Yeah.
All of that. You'll trust that this man will be by your dying bed. I'm talking about like thick and thin. But the moment he step out on that end of it, it's over.
Well, I'm a Jesus girl. The Bible says there's 2 permissible reasons for divorce.
She just sat here and said she is a religious girl. She just sat here and said that she is a religious girl. At 42 something years of age, you had 4 opportunities. I'm going to count this as 5. I'm going to count this as 5 because let's just be honest here. If she really gave that dude an opportunity, if she really said, hey, I really want to get married, this dude would go ahead and pop a knee. From what it sounds like, this dude will pop a knee for her. So we're not going to say 4, we're going to say 5. She had 5 opportunities. She had 5 opportunities to get married. She had 5 opportunities to get married with that bullet head ass. Man, she had 5 opportunities to get married, and she chose not to. That's why I said, man, if this dude chooses to get married to her, she will still say no. She will still say no. But if 50 Cent will sit here and say, that'll be a 6 guy. If 50 Cent sit up, and that's all that we know right now. If you're talking about 50 Cent, if he decided to sit here and pop a knee and want to marry you, what are you going to say? You can't sit up here and say that you're a religious woman when you had, once again, 4 opportunities to get married and you chose not to. The first 2 times you were not a high functional value woman. Now all of a sudden, the last 2 times you were, but it just didn't work. And then the fifth time you have the opportunity and you just, oh, well, the only reason I'm not doing it is because, you know, he's just not emotionally intelligent. He's insecure. Like, ma'am, then this is where it goes back to accountability. Look at the type of lifestyle that you live. Maybe he can't give you that. So maybe you might need to knock it down some. This is why I ask people, this is why I ask, when have you ever seen a doctor in any other race act the same way Dr. Bryant acts? You can never find them. You can never tell me that, because Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is not a real doctor. She is one of your shade room sisters who can articulate herself well. That's all it is. She can articulate herself well. And she's very confident about the bullshit she talks about. But yet, here we are. You have a fifth opportunity, people. She has a fifth opportunity. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five. Well, yeah. Not one, not two, not three, not four. But five. You have your fifth opportunity to get married and you still choose not to. And your only excuse is because he's just not emotionally intelligent. And all I'm hearing is you probably got yourself a simp, a dude who's on a leash, and you're not willing to do much for. And that's not the guy that you really, truly want to be with. You don't really want to be with this guy. You're just wasting his time. Now, of course, as a man, at some point in time, like me personally, if I knew she was not going to marry me, which he knows, but if I knew she wasn't going to marry me, like, bro, like she's literally in a high school relationship trying to give grown women advice. And our sisterhood is going to sit here and listen to this chick. But hey, this is why our demographic has the most single mothers.
One is what you described, which is called infidelity, and the other one is unfaithfulness.
That's the
Look
same
up that
thing.
scripture.
Ain't that
So
the
what
same?
I'm saying is,
So what percentage is sex in a relationship?
Infidelity and unfaithfulness are literally the same things, right? Now, you know, I'm not trying to get too biblical here. Adultery can only be committed by the woman, right? And the only reason I say that, well, there's multiple reasons why I say that. Other reasons I have to literally biblically pull up for you guys. But the main reason is because men had multiple wives. Now, some people are going to say, well, you know what? Hey, they were all in the understanding. So, I mean, hey, and of course, if a woman says, hey, well, listen, I'm the only one that you deal with, then yes, if you do go out, I still don't even say that's committing adultery. I say that's still breaking a commandment, because you as a man sat here and told this woman under the Most High that, hey, well, listen, I'm not going to sleep with any other woman. I'm not going to deal with any other woman, but you still do it. You just broke a commandment between you and the Most High and the woman, right? So that's the only way I can think about adultery, right? But once again, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, right? Well, I'm not going to say Israelite, but I study Messianic Judaism, right? But for the most part, man, the fact that you're going to say that being unfaithful and adultery are two different things, man, you're not religious whatsoever. But hey, it is what it is. Let's continue.
for me personally,
90?
Because I'm not into casual sex. So
No,
part
you're
of how
in the relationship. is
Yeah,
what
I'm into it.
saying.
What I'm saying is
Yeah.
because I'm not into casual sex, part of how I connect and express my love is also through the act of making love. And it's also through allowing my husband to use my body as a vessel for his satisfaction. See, a lot of women have a problem with that. And I'm not knocking them. They
She
do.
good.
But what
She
I'm
good.
saying is, for me, but that's a love language for me. So for me, like, right, if my husband is saying, you know, in the morning, I just want a quickie before I go to work, I don't take it as he's getting a quickie because he's using me, he doesn't love me. I take it as, oh my God, like I'm being used by my husband. He's
For a
using my
vessel.
body as a vessel to satisfy him. So for me, I'm going, I want you to want me for a quickie, for a longie, for an in-betweenie, whatever it is, because now I'm feeling needed by you, loved by you, nurtured by you, and I'm being a vessel for you, right? So my thing is, if he's coming to me all day long And I've had to tell a client this, if he's coming to me all day long, then that should never be a defining factor whether he cheats or not. That's a character flaw. However, I'm also not putting my husband in the position to feel like, wait a minute, I'm in a deficit because all I'm doing is trying to use my wife, who should be a vessel for me, and I don't even have access to that. So I'm an access woman. My husband accessing my body is also a love language for me. So the more that he accesses me and has his way with me, the more I'm in love and feeling loved by him. But I'm also not a fatherless girl. I've had a father in my life, not just present, but present, having conversations with me.
$50 the time of the day. You'll get 50 cents the time of the day, man. You'll get 50 cents the time of the day, but yet you sit here and you tell me that this guy, the guy that you're dealing with right now, is not the guy that you truly want to be with. Like this is what I mean, people. It does not make any sense, right? I don't know if my mic was on or not, but it does not make any sense. It does not make any sense whatsoever. My love language is a man putting me through the mattress. My love language is a man putting me through the mattress. That's my love language. But yet you had an opportunity to get married 4 times and you chose not to. So like I said, we at least know that 5 dudes been up in you. The first 2 times, you weren't high functional. So like I said, I could only assume that there were men putting you through the mattress well before them. The last 2 times wasn't good enough. Then the 5th time, hey, well, he's just not emotionally there. But hey, guess what? He still puts me through the mattress, and that's my love language. Hypocrite, but let's continue.
That men should be having with their daughters. When I first got engaged, he was very clear. Listen, don't deny him. If he's leaving to go somewhere, offer it up. Make sure that he knows that he has access to it. He said, unless it's abuse or something of that sort, submit. There's nothing wrong with that. And so I was told that by a man who loved me, right? Who never took advantage of me. So his word is bond. And when I've been in relationships, I've been engaged.
Hold on now. His word is bond. He's this, he's that. Well, what about the guy you're dealing with? It sounds like this would be the same advice he give his daughter. It sounds like this would be the same man that wants to deal with you and get on a knee to marry you, but you're not even willing to do that. But this is the same sister who's trying to give other sisters advice. This is the same sister who's trying to give the sisterhood advice.
Twice. That's one thing that I remember my fiance saying. He was like, one thing I got to say about you, Shy. He's like, no matter what we went through or disagreed with or argued about, he's like, you never denied me sex and you never played around was trying to puppet me with that. And it wasn't, again, because I want to keep him.
Yeah, man, because you want that whole spread. You want that whole spread. Now, can you say the same thing about marrying the guy? Can you say the same thing about moving forward in the next life with this guy? Can you say the same thing about moving in the next step with this guy? No, you cannot. You cannot.
Him from cheating, because you can't control a motherfucker for doing what they gonna do no matter what you do.
Period.
Mm-hmm. I feel loved when you use me as a vessel. I feel like, you know,
I love it. No, this is game. I'm hearing.
No, that's real.
This is game. I like this game you giving
I love
out.
that, and
right?
I feel the same way.
But women have to also, and to the women who don't have that mindset.
All they doing was just pandering to her feelings, because once again, I already know what Paul Pierce was going with. He's like, yeah, no, this is game. I'm like, no, this is a game. Like, no damn well, this ain't no damn game. He's just saying that just so she can feel good, because once again, Paul Pierce has said so much in this video, or at least within at the 1 hour and 9 minute mark, he done said so much, man, that really triggered her. But of course, because she's on Paul Pierce show, she knows this is going to go viral. She's trying to conduct herself in the best way possible, and she's trying to show that she has, you know, a high functional value, a high functional mindset. But she really doesn't. She really doesn't. Because if y'all see the one where she was going back and forth with a sister named Sarah, right? I believe she was like an Asian or something like that, right? Both are hypocrites if you both ask me, right? But she literally got triggered. She literally got triggered about some of the things that she was saying when it came down to the DSM and everything. She literally got triggered. So this is like, man, you stop it, right? Stop it, man. Once again, Cheyenne Bryant is a very beautiful sister, but she is a very hypocritical sister. She reminds me of many of your sisters in the sisterhood.
Because they've either been sexually abused, or they're fatherless little girls, or they have other barriers. Listen, that is okay. Like, you got to work through what you have going on. It's not a comparison thing. But when you get to a space where you feel safe and you look at, again, yourself as, I'm married to this man, and him accessing me is really him using me as a feeding tank. I just think that is so beautiful, that we are each other's feeding tank. And so it's always a feast available for you. And I do feel like if both men and women submitted sexually in all other ways, that say the feast is available for you, because commitment's what? Not what I.
And once again, guys, she's just simply talking about your sexual desires, right? Within the relationship, you know, being every man. So of course she can talk about that all day, but when it comes down to talking about the relationship she got with her man, she's stumbling. She's over here beating around the bush. When it comes down to talking about 50 Cent, she's stumbling, beating around the bush. She doesn't want to freaking keep up to what she said before about trying to hold other men accountable. But then when it comes down to 50 Cent, she don't want to hold him accountable because she feels like there's an opportunity there. Whew. Welcome to our sisterhood, people.
Feels what I said I would do. And if I'm marrying you, by all means.
I also feel like that, like for me as a woman, if my man doesn't want me sexually, it makes me feel like inadequate. Like, well, is there something wrong? Like, are you attracted to me? Is there someone else that you're getting it from? Like, what's going on? So I personally it's like a compliment to me that my man wants to come and have sex with me no matter what time. Like, I've never been in a relationship and denied a man of sex.
What in the world,
like,
man?
It's just
women, bro.
That's not something I do. I don't use my sex as a pawn and as a weapon. And I feel like a lot of women do that. And then, like you said, it leaves room for like, okay, I'm not getting what I want from home. And again, it's not in a way to be like, I don't want you to cheat, so I'm going to have sex with you every minute. It's in a way of, like you said, I don't want people to misuse me, but use me as much as you can, because that's what I'm here for. I want you to want me, and I want you equally. And I feel like if I'm in love with this man, or even if there's times where like love is not always enough, but I know that I rock with you, I know we're connected.
What you want to do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
That's great, but can you ask your
view sex as a form of intimacy? You're inside of me. That's the closest we can be. So when I'm intimate with you, especially because men are different with expressing emotions. So for me, it's like, if you're inside of me and I'm intimate with you and you're kissing me and I can feel you inside of me, like, that makes me feel so close to you. And it makes me feel so loved by you that I'm just like at my highest, like I feel like I could manifest at my highest when I'm in that space with my man. I always want you to feel like you can come to me. And like I said, I've been in relationships where if we stop having sex, I look up like, damn, well, what's happening? Is it someone else? Are you not attracted to me? Like, what is going on? And that's a red flag in my mind.
And I love what you said, because I always tell folks, if I choose you, I trust you. But if I don't.
Okay, well, ma'am, do you not trust the man that you've been with, that you've been sucking and fucking for past 5 years? Do you not trust him? Do you not trust him, Miss Cheyenne Bryant, Miss Forehead? Do you not trust him? Pretty sure you don't. I'm pretty sure you don't.
I don't trust you. Why am I choosing you?
Exactly.
So if I trust you, you can access me, right? That's even as a friend.
Yeah.
My best friends, I choose them.
Wild.
I trust them fully. They got full access. I'm accessing.
Exactly.
And really quick, I had clients come to me. They were both 30, and their biggest issue was, for him, she was denying him of sex. And he said to me, Doc, listen what he said, Paul. He said, Doc. And then her issue was he came to her and said he wanted polyamory.
Lord.
Right? So I'm trying to get to, because I'm trying to unravel why he wants polyamory. They're 30. And I'm like, well, is that what you want? And she's like, hell no, I don't want it. And so he goes, look, Doc.
I mean, all I know is polygamy. Polygamy, and I think it might be polyamorous, not polyamory. But I mean, once again, I only agree with having one woman as my lady. Now, once again, I don't agree with it. But if guys want to go out here and go, have a side chick and go pipe them out, like, hey, shit, I done met a chick at a bar or whatever, and hey, I want to go and do my thing. Yada, yada, yada. That still wouldn't be polygamy or polyamorous or whatever you want to call it. It'll just be him just simply just going out here and try to go get his rocks off, right? But I mean, hey, man, once again, me personally, I don't suggest having that lifestyle. Only deal with one woman. As a man, only deal with one woman. Only deal with one woman, and just try to make sure, man, that woman is the best woman for you as possible. Period. She checks off all the boxes. Will she check off all the boxes? No. But as long as she checks off majority of the boxes, at least all the important things, that's all that really matters.
Man, he goes, I'm 30 years old and I'm masturbating more than I'm even getting sex. He goes, and I've never cheated on her. I love her. It's been 5 years. And I asked her, has he cheated? She
What
said,
you mean?
no.
Wait, 5 years what?
They've been together 5 years.
Okay.
And I said, has he ever cheated? She said,
what?
I know, right? I know. What's going on?
Time ago.
So, she said in 5 years, she has no evidence that he's ever cheated. So we got to go with the fact this man is a good man. He's never cheated. And so he says, when I ask her, hey, I want some, she says no. And I asked her, I said, well, are you in pain? Is there something else going on? And she said no. And
I keep it a being with you, bro. I keep it a being with you. I really don't have that problem. I mean, well, my shorty, we can sit over here and knock boots 3 times in one day, 3 times in one night. I would still go back onto my PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, or hell, I'll probably cast it on my phone. And I'll still go ahead and jerk that motherfucker. I don't care. I do not care. And if my girlfriend came out here and saw me, man, look, go back into your room, go back to sleep, let me do my thing. Now, I never had that happen to me, but still, regardless, bro, I mean, like I said, that's just me. That's just me. I'm, no matter how many times that I had sex that same night, I'm probably still going to try to go ahead and choke the chicken.
he said, I said, how do you respond? And she says, I don't feel like it. But she's also wanting this man to marry her. She's also wanting this man to do different commitments. And she also was not okay with polyamory. So I said to her, I said, why do you feel like you have a problem with him, right, using your body as a feeding station? She said, because I feel used. I don't feel loved in that moment. I feel used. I said, okay. I said, but you have a man who would rather masturbate than step out on you because that's how much he loves you.
Damn.
But you still feel used when he makes you his feeding station. I said, okay, but you don't want polyamory either. She says, no. I said, if it's abuse or if there's an impairment, for sure, say no. And you always have agency over your body. However, if this man is telling you that I want you as my feeding station. And you can't see that as being a vulnerability in him, a plus in him, a reward in him, then you're going to have a problem. I said, and he's coming to you telling you I want polyamory because he's still trying not to cheat.
Damn.
And I told him, I said, listen, if you go into this marriage and we don't fix this, you will have a sexless marriage.
Damn.
You will. So
hopefully she's saying like, hey, bro, listen, if we don't fix this, you're going to go into a marriage and you're going to go into a sexless marriage. So we're going to fix this. We got to fix this. I hope you're speaking to the same woman that you try to speak to on a daily, because it's the woman's fault. She's saying that, hey, well, listen, I feel like, he's sitting over here, but wearing his shit out every damn night, but I feel like every time he want to have sex with me, I'm feeling used. Ma'am, how else I'm going to get my nut off, man? Like, what are we talking about here? But these are the type of women she talks to every single day. All of these women have issues, and I'm including Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. She has mental issues as well, because how is it you all literally have a guy who wants to be with you, who literally is willing to sounds like he's willing to give you the whole world, but yet you are not even willing to be with this man. So I could just only assume that she just does not want to be seen with this guy. She don't want to be seen with this guy, but she don't mind sitting over here and dumping into the comments saying tag 50 Cent. Whew, boy.
what I'm saying is, what ended up happening is this young woman has daddy issues. And the fact that she doesn't feel valued by her father.
Man, you might have it too.
She doesn't know how to receive love and value from this man.
Yeah.
So her trauma is eclipsing her from seeing this man is faithful. This man loves me. This man is intentional about me. This man wants to marry me. And he's into me.
Yeah.
Right. And so all I'm saying is there's all these barriers that people come up with. And, it isn't always the man's fault. You got men who are really in session doing the right thing.
Yeah,
and
your man isn't the issue in your relationship.
Men are not as vocal with their women about the issues because good men don't want to hurt their women. So a lot of times they withdraw from saying, baby, you got daddy issues, or baby, this is not okay, or baby, I can't be masturbating he said I masturbate 3-4 times a day, doc.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. But they're also
He's
30 having sex only once a month.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh,
right. And so you have all these barriers in relationships. But when you see people break through these things and you really see them get to the other side, it shows you the essence of love, and it shows you how doing the work works.
He's not black.
Who's not black?
He wasn't a black dude.
He was a great looking, good man, black man, and great couple. They're still together and they're working through it. Those type of stories are very, very enlightening.
He ain't from the hood. Something. That's got to be something.
Okay, so I got it. I love this. So you're saying a nigga gonna be a nigga,
right?
Right. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I am saying that.
Nigga gonna be a nigga.
Yeah. So
you're saying that she got a black man, not a nigga.
Right. 100%.
Because he's deciding to try every angle.
Niggas ain't taking that.
But see, this is where a lot of men get upset at, because you have good men in those situations, right? With a woman who is not seeing the value in her man because she's eclipsed with her trauma and her daddy issues.
Yeah.
You get me? Hold on. Because if it was a different man, like you're saying, Paul, he would have ran the play he needed to run to make sure he was good.
No, that ain't about cheating, but he would have put the foot down.
But
like,
watch this.
We ain't doing that.
But
we ain't doing that in this house.
But it's
facts, bro. Like, she was like, well, you ain't well. So you trying to say he's a nigga? Like, so you're trying to say a guy who is communicating to his woman and she's not willing to do anything. Now, mind you, we're in marriage, and we understand that marriage, man, comes with a whole lot of stuff. We understand that if a man decides to sit here and divorce, or if a woman decides to divorce, she gets to walk away with half of his shit. So most men are not even going to willing to do with that. So most men are probably going to say, well, listen, I'm probably just going to go out. I'm going to try to work on my relationship at first, but then I'm going to go ahead and step outside of my relationship. And she's saying, well, no, that's a nigga. And then she's trying to say, well, hey, good men will still stay. Good men will still try to figure it out. Come on, man. I mean, you sitting over here saying the woman has daddy issues, mommy issues, whatever. What man wants to continue to deal with that? What man wants to continue to deal with that when I'm sitting over here watching Sky Black. I'm watching Cherokee Diaz. I'm over here watching Pinky. I'm over here watching all of these people because you're not willing to do what I want you to do, all because you got daddy issues, all because you got mommy issues, all because you feel like I'm using you when we do the do. Ma'am, come on, bro. We are adults. We are adults. And I'm pretty sure she was talking to somebody that was in their 30s or 40s. But this is our sisterhood today.
But as soon as she would have cried, I'm heartbroken because he cheated, it's to your point. The man is wrong. Without people hearing the context of what even happened and how much work this man has put in.
Right.
So there's good men out there that women are not receptive to because their own barriers, issues, and
we're talking about you, man.
Y'all got to work through. You just do, because if you run into what me and Paul said, a nigga who gonna be a nigga,
right? You're
gonna be in my session talking about, Doc, I'm broken heart.
Ma'am, you might need to be in your own session. You might need to be in your own session. Yeah, and I had to take off my jacket too, man. It got a little too stuffy up in here. But look, guys, man, oh my goodness, man. Miss Cheyenne Bryant. Miss Cheyenne Bryant, you is one hypocrite. One hypocritical motherfucker, man. This is a hypocrite, bro. And any sister who sit here and truly believes everything that she's saying, truly falls behind this stuff, like it gets ridiculous, man. It just gets tiring. We see many sisters like this trying to give people advice, but yet they can't even follow their own advice. We just did a video of a sister, man, who then sat here and said that, hey, well, you know what, man who makes 70K ain't good enough for me. But then she turns around and say, well, listen, it ain't all about money. Then if it ain't all about money, and you're saying that you need a leader in your household, then a man who makes 70K will never be an issue for you. It will never be an issue for you. But this is what feminism has allowed. They allow women to be able to make as much money as possible, and it changed the perception on men. Oh, well, listen, we think that because a man makes all this money that, hey, they can control us. But now that we can make all this money, we can control them. And we're going to want somebody that's a little bit better. And this is why divorce rates are hella high. And this is why marriage rates are hella low, because nobody want to deal with somebody like Cheyenne Bryant other than the imp. And that's what she got. And she still ain't even trying to marry this guy. So she wants a guy like 50 Cent who actually has some umph to him, because he ain't going to deal with some of the shit that Dr. Bryant is going to be saying. Why don't you think she ever posts this guy that she's been with for 5 years? But I promise you, if 50 Cent gave her a chance, she would post 50 Cent every single day. She will post 50 Cent every single day. The man with 2 children that she said she would never deal with a man with kids. A hypocrite, she just contradicts herself. But for the most part, man, like I said, I wasn't going to be on her for too long, man. Look, y'all guys, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know down below, what do you guys think, man? This is wild. But once again, guys, like I said, just constantly just stay away from women like this. Men, stay away from women like this, because all they're going to do is just straddle the fence. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, with the man that she's dealing with right now, is she's just straddling the fence. She could literally walk down the aisle, but she's choosing not to. So this is the 5th time, people. She had 4 times to get married when Nick Cannon called her out. 2 times she wasn't mentally there. The second 2 times she was mentally there, but I guess the 2 guys weren't it. And then the 3rd guy, he still ain't it. I guess so, man. Look, guys, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Keep your daughters away from this chick.